What's up, everybody? Dr. Mike here. You know I love talking about healthy eating, and today we're diving deep into the world of nuts. They're packed with healthy fats, protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. But here's the thing. There's a right way and a wrong way to eat nuts. Many people make simple mistakes that can actually reduce the benefits of nuts and even potentially harm their health. In this video, I'm going to break down the 10 most common mistakes people make when eating nuts. And more importantly, I'm going to tell you exactly how to avoid them. Let's get into it. Alright, let's kick things off with mistake number 1, and that is eating too many nuts at once. Now I know, nuts are delicious, and it's easy to get carried away when you have a bag in front of you. But trust me, when it comes to nuts, moderation is key. Here's the deal. Nuts are very calorie-dense. That means a small serving can pack a surprising number of calories. For example, a handful of almonds, which is about an ounce, contains roughly 160 calories. That might not sound like much, but it can add up quickly if you're not careful. Nuts are also high in fiber, which is a good thing, but eating too much fiber in one sitting can lead to bloating and stomach cramps. The key is to enjoy them in moderation. A good rule of thumb is to stick to a serving size of about 1 ounce or a small handful per day. Think of nuts as a healthy addition to your diet, not the main course. Let's move on to mistake number 2, which is not soaking your nuts before eating them. Nuts naturally contain compounds called phytic acid and enzyme inhibitors. These compounds can interfere with your body's ability to absorb certain nutrients like iron, zinc, and calcium. Soaking nuts in water for several hours, or even overnight, helps to break down these compounds, making the nutrients in the nuts more easily absorbed by your body. Soaking can also improve the texture of nuts, making them softer and easier to digest. Just cover your nuts with water, add a pinch of salt if you like, and let them sit at room temperature for at least 8 hours or overnight. Then, drain the water, rinse the nuts, and enjoy. Alright, let's talk about mistake number 3, which is choosing salted, roasted, or sugar-coated nuts. When nuts are roasted in unhealthy oils or coated in salt, sugar, or artificial flavors, it diminishes their nutritional value. All those added ingredients can contribute to health problems like high blood pressure, weight gain, and inflammation. Too much sodium from salted nuts can increase your risk of developing high blood pressure. The good news is, there's a simple solution. Choose raw, unsalted nuts whenever possible. And if you're craving a little something extra, try dry roasting your own nuts at home. Just spread them out on a baking sheet and bake them in a preheated oven at a low temperature around 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Chapter 4. The importance of proper nut storage. Moving on to mistake number 4, which is not storing your nuts properly. Nuts are high in unsaturated fats, which are very sensitive to heat, light, and air. When nuts are exposed to these elements for too long, the fats can start to break down, leading to rancidity. Rancid nuts have a bitter, unpleasant taste, and they can actually be harmful to your health. The best way to store nuts is in an airtight container in a cool, dark place. This could be your pantry, a cupboard, or even the refrigerator or freezer, especially for longer-term storage. Keeping them in the fridge or freezer can help to slow down the oxidation process and keep them fresher for longer. If you buy nuts in bulk, consider storing a small portion in an airtight container at room temperature for easy snacking, and keep the rest in the freezer to preserve their freshness. Chapter 5. Mix it up. The power of nut variety. Let's talk about mistake number 5, which is eating the same type of nut all the time. Different types of nuts offer different nutritional profiles. For example, almonds are a great source of calcium, Brazil nuts are packed with selenium, and walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. By incorporating a variety of nuts into your diet, you ensure that you're getting a wider range of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Think of it like this. Each type of nut has its own unique superpower. By assembling a diverse team of nuts, you're giving your body the best chance to thrive. Try experimenting with different nut butters, adding chopped nuts to your yogurt or oatmeal, or creating your own trail mix with a variety of nuts and seeds. Chapter 6. Chew your way to better digestion. Alright, let's move on to mistake number 6, which is not chewing your nuts properly. Nuts have a tough, fibrous texture that requires proper chewing to break down. When you chew your food thoroughly, you're helping your digestive system do its job more efficiently. Chewing breaks down the food into smaller particles, making it easier for your body to absorb the nutrients. When you swallow large pieces of nuts without chewing them properly, they can put a strain on your digestive system. So the next time you're snacking on nuts, make a conscious effort to chew each bite thoroughly. Aim for at least 20 to 30 chews per bite. Let's talk about mistake number 7, which is consuming low-quality or contaminated nuts. Just like any other food, nuts can be susceptible to contamination. They can be affected by mold, bacteria, and even pesticides, especially if they're not stored or handled properly. Consuming contaminated nuts can lead to food poisoning and other health problems. One particular concern with nuts is the presence of aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are toxic substances produced by certain types of mold that can grow on nuts, especially peanuts and corn. So how can you ensure that you're choosing high-quality, safe nuts? First, buy from reputable sources. Look for nuts that are certified organic, which means they've been grown without the use of synthetic pesticides and herbicides. And finally, store your nuts properly in an airtight container in a cool, dark place to prevent contamination and spoilage. Let's move on to mistake number 8, which is relying on nuts as a complete protein source. Nuts are a good source of protein, but they're not considered a complete protein. A complete protein contains all 9 essential amino acids that our bodies need but cannot produce on their own. While nuts contain some of these essential amino acids, they're often low in 1 or 2, making them incomplete proteins. For example, you can combine nuts with legumes like beans, lentils, or chickpeas to create a complete protein meal. The key is to diversify your protein sources and not rely solely on nuts to meet your daily protein requirements. Alright, let's talk about mistake number 9, which is ignoring nut allergies or intolerances. Nut allergies are one of the most common food allergies, and they can range from mild to severe. Symptoms of a nut allergy can include hives, itching, swelling, difficulty breathing, and even anaphylaxis. If you know you have a nut allergy, it's crucial to avoid all nuts and nut products. Read food labels carefully, as nuts can be hidden in unexpected places. But even if you don't have a full-blown allergy, you might have a nut intolerance. This means your body has trouble digesting certain nuts, which can lead to symptoms like bloating, gas, diarrhea, headaches, or skin irritations. If you suspect you might have a nut intolerance, it's a good idea to keep a food diary and track your symptoms. And finally, let's talk about mistake number 10, which is only eating nuts as a snack and not incorporating them into meals. Nuts are incredibly versatile and can be incorporated into a wide variety of dishes to add flavor, texture, and nutrition. One of my favorite ways to use nuts in meals is to add them to salads. Nuts add a satisfying crunch and a boost of protein and healthy fats to salads, making them more filling and nutritious. Nuts are also a great addition to breakfast dishes. You can sprinkle chopped nuts on top of your yogurt, oatmeal, or chia pudding for added texture and flavor. And don't forget about using nuts in savory dishes. Ground nuts can be used to make delicious and nutritious sauces, like satay sauce or pesto. So there you have it, the 10 nutty mistakes you might be making and how to avoid them. Remember, nuts are nutritional powerhouses, but it's important to consume them the right way to maximize their benefits. By choosing raw, unsalted nuts, soaking them to enhance nutrient absorption, incorporating a variety of nuts into your diet, and being mindful of portion sizes, you can enjoy all the amazing health benefits nuts have to offer. Now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite way to enjoy nuts? Drop a comment below and let me know. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel for more healthy eating tips and tricks. See you in the next video.